right, hello wine drinking people. Today is July 31st, Saturday. That's right, the last day of July. This month just seems to be dragging on here. All right, well, just one tasting next week. That's what we sent out yesterday, our Southern Rhone event here at the store, which you've got three great suppliers here for that. Burton Henry Selections, Eric Solomon Selections, and Peter Wagant. So check it out. That's up. All the wines are up there now on the website. All right, well, what have I got to sell you today? Well, you know, I've been talking about this 2004 vintage from Montalcino. The Reservas, almost all of them are here. We'll have the last little batch of stuff to arrive from Neil Empson coming in the fall. But today we're highlighting one of my favorite producers from Montalcino, one of the guards, the old guard, Talenti. And Pierluigi Talenti used to work at Il Pagione Winery, one of the classic old school producers. And his wines are pretty much made in an old fashion. They do use large oak instead of small oak. And he's got about 20 hectares. We've got the Reserva Pian del Conte 2004 that we're highlighting on this offer. But we still have a little 2001 left, which is a killer vintage also from Montalcino, and a vintage that's just now starting to drink okay. I really like an additional 5 to 10 years of cellaring on my Brunellos. They're released 5 years after the vintage. It's one of the latest releases in the world of wine today. By law, Brunello di Montalcino is released 5 years after the vintage. The Reservas, 6 years. I don't know of any other wine that's held back that long before it's released. And this 2001 Reserva and the 2004, they only make about 500 cases of this wine for the world in a great vintage. It's not made every year. There was none made in 2002, none made in 2003, 2004. An outstanding vintage, as I mentioned before. We're getting, like I said, the last of the Reservas coming in. I recommend, if you like Brunello di Montalcino, you want to put some of these 2004 Reservas in your cellar. One of the most popular tastings that we did this last year was the Vintage Brunello tasting. We did it twice. We're probably going to put at least 2 on the schedule for next year because each one of them sold out, and some of the best wines on the table were the 1995 vintage wines, drinking absolutely fabulous right now. Like I said, stock up on these 2004s. You got about 5 to 10 more years before they're at their peak. You can check them out today. I think they're going through a period kind of in their baby fat stage on the way up. You know, these wines, like all great wines, will close down in a couple of years. And like I said, you want to have them in your cellar 5 to 10 years from now. Check it out. All the wines from Talenti on today's offering. Well, actually, we're out of Rosso. Sorry, folks. That was a real popular wine. I just talked to the people at Chatterton, and they got none until the fall. We'll have that back in the store in the fall. All right, well, that's all I got for you this week, folks. I'm your host, Andrew Lampazone, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.